Really weird real estate market out there, guys. We got crazy high inventory. We got prices that are all over the place. We've got interest rates that are all over the place. And the question is what to do. In this video, guys, we're going to be highlighting what's really happening out there in the market, how to react and get the best for yourself as a buyer, and also what sellers can do to really kind of maximize and take advantage of the opportunities in this market. Now, as you have questions and so forth, guys, look around the screen. You can see my number out there. Also, maybe down below in the description. Reach out to us. Love the opportunity to talk to you, answer all your questions. We're here for you. You know, as I said earlier, in this video, we're actually going to be looking at what the numbers are telling us about the market here in Concord and Central Contra Costa, and letting you know what you as a buyer can do to take advantage of this market, and also you as a seller, where the best opportunities lie. Now, let's pop this first slide up here. Now, this first slide has two lines on it. What this is the average price as of October 7th of each year, going all the way back to 2017 to 2025. Now, we've got an orange line there that is the prices, home prices of Concord, Pleasant Hill, Walnut Creek, and Martinez combined. That's Central Contra Costa. And the blue line is actually Concord. One of the things to notice is that the lines move in unison, that the Concord prices is exactly the same as the trends are exactly the same as the overall Central Contra Costa. Now, a lot of times we're going to be looking at Central Contra Costa numbers or bigger numbers simply because the sample size in Concord is just not big enough to really kind of get accurate numbers. So we're going to go up a little bit and look at bigger numbers to really kind of get accurate information. Now, one of the things is just really tell you what the market's doing right now, as you see it trending upwards and then flattening out for the last couple of years when we saw interest rates going up. Let's take a look at one more slide here, okay? Now let's focus in on a monthly average price, because this gives us better information to make decisions about what's happening currently in the market. The first slide you see up here is strictly the city of Concord. We're seeing monthly average price since 2022 in the city of Concord. Now, one of the things you see is that September prices have fallen, but they've fallen because August prices was really high. Now, one of the things is the question is not why has September prices fallen, but why is August prices so high? Now, that really stemmed from an announcement the feds were reducing rates in October. They started signaling to the market reacted and drove prices up. And that's what caused that spike in August. And it settled down and fell off. In most markets, we've actually fallen off in October as well. I didn't put Concord in here simply because we saw a little bit of a spike in October so far in Concord, but I don't think there's a large enough sample size to really say prices are heading up in Concord. We'll look at a bigger sample size and take a look at what prices are actually doing. Again, one of the things we see here, guys, is if you pay close attention, again, prices trending downward. But if you look at all the graphs here, you're going to see we're approaching a time when prices tend to be the lowest in the year. And that's the end of the year and the beginning of the coming year. So take a look at that, okay, as we move on to our next slide. Now, let's continue looking at monthly average price. Again, we're going to zoom out a little bit and we're going to go Central Contra Costa. Now, remember, this is Concord, Pleasant Hill, Walnut Creek, and Martinez. This is the monthly average price of homes per month since 2021 in those cities combined. Again, one of the things you see is prices fell off in September, prices falling off in October. And again, if you look at that graph, we see a spike somewhere between March and June, and then it falls off towards the end of the year. Guys, one of the things the market is signaling right now is prices are down, and the expectations are that prices will be down. This is creating an opportunity for buyers. Now, one of the things you may actually say out there is, hey, Ron, I made offers and so forth, and I'm seeing multiple offers. I'm seeing prices going, there's 27,000 offers on this house, and it went for $9 billion over the list price. Well, something, there's going to be that situation, guys. what ends up happening is you may have 10 houses on the market, you may have 10 buyers on the market, and there's going to be one house that's the most desirable house out of the 10 that's listed on the market. And that's because that seller and that realtor has done a good job preparing the house for the market, pricing the house, and so forth. And you can have all 10 of those buyers who are in the market right now interested in that one home. And the competition for that one home drives the price up. Now, you as a buyer have to realize that and understand that although there's a lot of competition, this one goes for a really high price. There's other homes out there. Now, if that's the home that you're really competing for, that's what you're looking for, is the nicest home in the market, the home that looks like that model home, guys. You just got to realize that you're going to have to be aggressive. You're going to have to pay more for that particular home. Now, if you're open to looking at other homes and stuff, there's definitely a lot of great opportunities out there. So some things to really kind of look for. Homes have been sitting on the market a long time. It's a real indication. It's always an indication that the home is overpriced, and there may be some opportunities to come in and look at getting it for a little less or getting a good deal on it. Also, homes where you see price reduction, where the price reductions are relatively small, 5,000 and so forth, that's an opportunity for you, because typically to really kind of get a boost in the number of buyers out there, you've got to make somewhat of a dramatic increase. You're going to find a lot more buyers behind a number like 400,000 versus say 420, because there are more people searching for homes for $400,000 and less versus those that are searching for homes 420 or less. So if you see somebody who makes a price reduction and they only make, say, a $5,000 reduction, and they go from 425 to 420, well, it's not a really effective price reduction, and so they didn't pick up a lot of buyers. And so you as a buyer, that's an opportunity to recognize that it's been on the market. It also tells you that the buyer or the seller is now interested in negotiating a little bit. They're bringing the price down. They maybe get a little bit nervous. Now it's time to come in to really look and see if this house is right for you, and it may be an opportunity to get a deal on something. So a couple things to look at out there, guys. Again, not necessarily the home that's going to create the most demand, and also those homes that have been sitting in the market, or those homes with small price reductions. Some things as a buyer to take a look at. So now we're talking about monthly average price, guys, and we really spoke just now about taking advantage of the market and some opportunities that's out there for buyers. Let's take a look at inventory. These next slide right here is months of inventory. One of the things to know that the higher inventory leads to lower price. The higher inventory means there's more houses out there. There's less competition for homes. It's easier to get into a home. Consequently, prices tend to come down. When there's fewer homes out there, there's competition for homes and prices are driven up. So overall, in this market, you're looking at a market that has high inventory. Now, one of the things we're seeing is inventory that's highest we've seen in more than 5 years. Look at all those lines, and you see kind of that purplish line, I think it is there, the top one. That's actually our 2025. And one of the things to notice, there is definitely volatility, and you see inventory goes up, prices will consequently drop that month. Or if inventory goes down, prices will go up that month. Now, one of the things we can look at is that line is above all the other lines, above all the other years. It's telling us that inventory is the highest we've seen in 2025. We'll look more into some details towards the end of this video. But, this again, guys, a great opportunity. We got low prices, we got higher inventory. That higher inventory is giving buyers more options out there, more houses to choose from. Now, the other thing is keeping competition low, because when there's more houses out there, there's less competition for homes. Consequently, prices start to fall off, and it makes it easier to buy a home in this market. So we've got low prices, high inventory, great market to start looking to step into. So next thing we want to look at is interest rates. Now, pop this slide up here. Now, this is the 30-year fixed rate mortgage interest rates on a weekly basis, the national average weekly. Now, one of the things we can see on here is interest rates is actually the lowest we've seen in a long time. Look across there, you see a line that's the 52-week average. That's 1 year, and we see that interest rates right now is well below that 52-week average. So this is signaling that interest rates are on the low end. So we got a couple things happening out there, guys. We've got prices that are low that we looked at earlier, and they're probably going to get lower as we go towards the end of the year and the beginning of next year. Also, we've got inventory that's highest we've seen in the last 5 years. So we got interest rates that are good. This is really signaling that this is a great time for buyers to jump in the market. If you jump out there and you're still seeing a lot of activity, remember what we spoke about earlier in this video, is that if you're seeing a lot of video, take a look around that home. Is it priced well? Are you going like, wow, this is a great price for this home? So is everybody else. That's the home that's creating a lot of demand. There's going to be a lot of people coming to that house. There's going to be competition for that house. Prices are going to be driven up for that house. Also, is it a house that looks great? Are all the things taken care of? It's got inspections and so forth. That's a home that's going to have a lot of desire. It's going to be the most desirable home. It's going to be a lot of demand for that home, and prices are going to be driven up for that particular home. So we started out in Concord today. Then we got a little bit bigger. We got a larger sample size to get more accurate information with Central Contra Costa. Now we're going to go even bigger, and we're going to go to East Bay. So let's pop this next slide up here. Now, the upper part of the slide is Central Contra Costa. That's City Concord, Pleasant Hill, Walnut Creek, and Martinez. The lower part is East Bay. That's overall the county of Alameda and Contra Costa. Now, all these numbers are as of October 7th. Of each year. So it's October 7, 2025 to October 7, 2019. So you're getting a real picture of what's happening in the market on that particular day or that time of the year. Now, one of the things we see is prices are down about 1% in Central Contra Costa and down about 3% overall East Bay. Let's go take a look, and that's something we've already spoken about. Prices are down right now. Let's go take a look. And let's look at the number of homes that are being sold. We see that it's down slightly, less than 1% in Central Contra Costa and down about 2% overall in the East Bay. These numbers were much more dramatic earlier in the year, down as much as like 20%. Also, we're seeing the number of homes that are being listed are up about 8-9% in both Central Contra Costa and the East Bay. Now, we're selling fewer homes, we're listing more homes. That's creating more inventory. That's reducing competition for homes and keeping prices low. So one of the things we got to think about, we've said this multiple times now, it is something that buyers, it's looking like it's a time for buyers to jump into the market. So let's go over to number 4 here on the green slide. We're looking at days on the market, or the green circle. We're looking at days on the market. One of the things is we're seeing days on the market's up. So again, we're looking at homes sitting on the market for a longer time. That's creating more inventory. So months of inventory is going up. That's adding to it. So what ends up happening is higher inventory. Again, as I said earlier, creates more options for buyers, keeps competition for homes low, keeps prices low. Again, creates opportunities for buyers. One of the things we can look at is number 5 in the green circle. I call that the home availability index. Basically what that is this is the number of homes that are available for each person that buys a home. So far this year in Central Contra Costa, for every person that bought a home, there was 1.58 homes available. In overall East Bay, for every person who bought a home, there was 1.73 homes available. Again, it's a measure of inventory, but you got to see that's the highest we've seen in the last 5 years. So it's beyond the last 5 years. The other thing we want to look at is cancellation. This year in Central Contra Costa, we've had 25% of the homes listed are being canceled, and also 30% of the homes listed are canceled and expired in overall East Bay. So what are the opportunities out there for buyers? What are the opportunities out there for sellers? Let's talk about that next. Okay, guys, so we've taken a look at the market now. We've looked at the numbers out there. And I think it should be real obvious, guys. For buyers, high inventory, lower prices, good interest rate, time to jump in the market. Not as clear for sellers. Now, one of the things is sellers, one thing you've heard me say throughout this is that, hey, one of the things there are still some homes that are getting high offers, that are getting a lot of demand, that are getting multiple offers, have a lot of people visiting the home and so forth. And those are the most desirable homes on the market. So what this tells you, if you're going to sell your home, if you got to sell your home in this market, a couple things. You are going to get a little less than, say, if you'd have sold it last year, or if you'd have sold earlier this year during the peak, March or something like that. You're going to get a little less. But you can sell your home quickly. You can get great demand for your home. You can get a great price for your home. You just have to make your home the most desirable home in the market. How do you do that, guys? You price to create demand. You've actually got to make your home look great. You've got to focus in on return on investment. Those things, when done to your home, it's actually going to increase the value of your home and keep your costs down low. There are things that will increase the value of your home 500 to several thousand%. For instance, staging. Staging will give you a 4,000% return on investment. You can pay $3,000 to stage your home and sell it for $50,000, $60,000 more. There's some things out there to do to your home to really kind of make it that most desirable and really kind of bring people to your home, create a lot of demand, create competition for your home, and drive prices up. So guys, if you have questions and so forth, look around the screen. You can see my number out there. Love the opportunity to talk with you. We're here to answer all your questions and so forth, okay? Have a great rest of your week now. Bye-bye.